know that's my brother, man. I would never, never, ever undermine or disrespect the greatness of what Kobe Bean did. I should have never brought his name up.
Tracy McGrady apologizes, kinda.
Obviously, you were on First Take last week, made a comment, said, if I was with Shaq, along the lines, if I was with Shaq, I'd probably have a title. And the point of that is pretty much, well, you think fans probably overestimate titles when they come to talk about legacy, right? Or greatness.
I wouldn't say they overestimate it, but it doesn't tell the full story of guys that didn't complete it.
Yeah.
And to go back to those comments, I never should have said replace. I think replacing Kobe. I don't want to say I'm replacing Kobe. I will stand on playing with Shaq though.
Yeah.
Playing with Shaq, I in that era, and we're talking about we're not talking about an overall you know career head matchup like my resume, Kobe resumes, my career, Kobe. We're not talking about that. We're only talking about a specific moment era where in 2000, 2001 to like 2007, 2008, in that time frame. But specifically, when I was in Orlando and Shaq they were three-peating. Shaq was the most dominant player in our game.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm seeing a guy averaging 38 and 16 in the finals, and I'm over here, I'm averaging 30 as a 21-year-old. Yeah, I believe if I'm playing with that big guy, I can win a championship. And the story is told differently. And the reason I said that is because Shaq, Kobe, Tim Duncan, in that time was the only ones winning championships.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nobody else really was winning championships. These guys winning. Tim Duncan from 1999, to 2007, which was my prime. That's all I saw winning championships. Detroit snuck one in there. Again, Shaq with Miami won one. And Dirk win? No, Dirk won in 2011. So that was pretty much all I saw in my prime years of being me, watching Shaq and Tim Duncan win championships. Bro, everybody know Kobe's my man, bro.
Yeah.
Kobe's my brother, bro. There's no way in hell I will ever disrespect my brother like that. Yes, it came out as me replacing. I never said I was better than Kobe. Never, never. And I would never say that. I'm on the front line. I'm on the front line of advocating for my brother. Always.
Yeah, I think the point you were making is that you can't diminish someone's career or talent because they didn't win a championship, because that's just situation based for the most part, right?
It's always situational, and here's why. My 4 years in Orlando, I was the same age as Michael Jordan when he was getting bounced out of the first round. We're talking about the greatest of all time. Michael Jordan was averaging 30. I was averaging 30. Why was the greatest losing? Was he to blame, or he didn't have the team around him? Right? Okay. Kobe and Shaq is winning 3 championships. At this time, I think by the second or third championship, Kobe's probably the best player in the game. Other than Shaq, perimeter player.
Yeah.
But Shaq and Tim Duncan, you could put them up there. I'm saying perimeter player. Bean is probably the best perimeter player in our game.
Mm-hmm.
When Shaq leaves, Bean struggles. The Lakers struggles, right? So you telling me, as great as this guy is, Shaq leaves and he can't get out of the first round now for 3 years? He's great. Mm-hmm. Are we not watching greatness with Kobe lose in the first round and not make the playoffs? That's still greatness. So why, when it comes to me, I'm losing in the first round, don't have my best player in the first series that I played against Milwaukee, I don't have him. I lose. Go to the next series, play Charlotte. We play a team that killed us on the glass. P.J. Brown, Eldon Campbell, Jamal McGlure, and one of the top 5 point guards in the league, and Baron Davis. We got crushed on the glass, right? I lose that series. Now you could go in every series that myself, you could add Michael Jordan, you could add Kobe Bryant, you could add guys like Paul Pierce, great perimeter players. We all have had games where we didn't shoot the ball well.
Yeah.
But there's other things that we did. So people,
They pick and choose like when it's team versus player, right? That's kind of like what it comes down to, really. Like sometimes they blame the team, or they'll blame the player if they lose, team if they win, or vice versa.
I'm always to blame. I'm always to blame. I've had games and game. So this is what I'm trying to get at. You blame me for not getting out of the first round. Mind you, I go 0-6, right? That's 3 years in Orlando, and that's 3 years in Houston as well. I go 0-6. Now, other stars in my game is losing in the first round. But these guys don't start winning championships and advancing until they're 30. KG won a chip at 31. Paul Pierce won his chip at 30. Ray Allen won his first chip at 31, 32, I think.
Mm-hmm.
My prime I declined before I even touched 30. I declined. I was done. So I only can go off of that small little area or small little time frame of when I was healthy for 7 straight years. And in those 7 straight years, judge me off of my performance, not off of my team, because I didn't have a strong team in Orlando. Yeah. And when you didn't play defense. Let's address the defense. All right. I played against Milwaukee my first year in Orlando. They had Sam Cassell. They had Ray Allen. They had Big Dog Glenn Robinson. They had Tim Thomas, right? I had to guard Big Dog Glenn Robinson in those playoff series. That was my assignment. I averaged 33 in that series. Go look at what Big Dog did. And this, I'm not diminishing or talking shit or anything about Big Dog. I'm just saying I'm identifying the defense that I played in this series against a very good offensive player. And if you don't know who Big Dog is, and I'm talking to the audience, you don't know who Big Dog is, at that time, he was one of the most dangerous and best mid-range jump shooters in our game. Mm-hmm. Go look at his stats from regular season and look at his stats in that playoff series. And that I was the primary defender on him. Okay. They say leadership. Oh, you ain't got the leadership. All right. We played Detroit Pistons, bro. They the number 1 seed. Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, freaking Cliff Robinson, Ben Wallace, stack.
Scary team.
Stack. Like physical team, well-coached team, because Rick Carlisle was their coach, and we see Rick Carlisle can freaking coach what he did with Indiana, right? So I'm going up against this team that has won, 1 or 2 been to the Eastern Conference Finals twice at this time, and then this year they went their 3rd year. I got 2 rookies. Drew Gooden is battling his ass off against Corliss Williamson and Ben Wallace, a rookie, right? In my starting lineup. Mm-hmm. And then I got another rookie, Gordon Giricek, that's trying to check Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton. 2 rookies, bro.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup.
It's not, and is that not showing leadership to go into Detroit, lead my team, and have a chance in a game 7? Like, that's not leadership? What? Come on, bro. Don't do that to me now. 2 rookies, and then when you really want to put the icing on it and understand how difficult it was to beat them boys, yeah, we were up 3-1. If you want to blame me for saying, it feels good to be in the second round. If you want to blame me for us losing that series, okay, cool. What's the blame for other guys losing 3-1, other greats? So why do y'all, it is what it is, man. But to go back to the whole Kobe thing, everybody know that's my brother, man. I would never, ever undermine or disrespect the greatness of what Kobe Bean did. I should have never brought his name up. I still, believe in my time, if I had played with Shaq back then, I would have won a championship. And that's all I was saying. And that was because we're talking about this whole ring culture thing and how that changes the trajectory of a player's career, which it does. That is the ultimate goal for all of us to win a championship.
Gilbert Arenas doubles down on his Kobe disrespect.
That's better than being a champion. Whoa. Is that better than being a champion? That's better than being a second option. Is it better than being a second option? Is it better than being a second option on the championship team?
Is it better than being
a second option? It's better than being a second or third option on the championship team.
You can't argue. They never take the.
I'm just
like
better than being a champion. Being top 75 is better than being a champion.
Hey, listen, top 75. Wait, hold on, BJ. No. Because I'm sick of these two right here.
Okay.
Well, I'm sick of you talking about winning.
No, wait, hold on, dog. I'm tired. I am tired.
Go to sleep, nigga.
I am tired of saying.
I'm gonna do what you
Sleep
do.
on it.
Yeah, let's go. I am tired of saying. Okay, cool. I am tired of saying. I'm looking at I am looking at a media personality, and I'm telling him, y'all did this, and I'm tired of these two pretending I'm saying it. I'm telling him, y'all are stuff, and these is coming at me like I did something. If I say, y'all research is saying this, what if these two looking at me like I'm the one who created this narrative? I'm pointing out, y'all media, you, the person in front, you acting like me. I said, y'all compared, you acting like I said, these two niggas, this person is better than this person. Somehow they keep reflecting the shit that I'm trying to prove a point to the media who created the list. Y'all are telling these players rings matter, but you're in the back end. Y'all are doing this. And these two right here is sitting here pointing the gun at me like I'm the one created. Why is this loser talking about it? I'm addressing the that didn't win nothing, that didn't play nothing, who created the goddamn list. I'm trying to do the goddamn job of a player to address media, and these two right here is somehow pointing shit at me like I've done something wrong.
And it all started for this big ass if of T-Mac trying to win a championship. So if you didn't defend T-Mac ass, we wouldn't be in this situation. So until you, it's just T-Mac. If I was in Shaq's shoes with Shaq, I would have won. That's why this shit all happened, right? Right?
That was actually a remnant of that first take,
right?
So
because
all a part
but don't defend
because we said
you're gonna be my friend again.
so Swag, if Gil stops defending T-Mac, you can be friends.
No. What did I say? What did I say?
Hey,
you
man.
said
what did I say? No, tell me what I said.
Is this a crash out week?
No, yes. Tell me what I said.
What's going on?
Did I say
this is weird?
Y'all compared Kobe 3 rings to T-Mac 0. Y'all, meaning that I'm talking to, right?
Yeah, Steven.
Did I?
Don't forget that he was the first to say Kobe was a sidekick with only 2 rings that count.
Like a track and field meet. There's a gold, there's a silver, there's a bronze, right? Whoever option 1 was is gold. Whoever option 2 is silver. Whoever option 3 was is silver. And I know you don't like that standard, but that's actually how it's being used. That's why there's some people with a certain amount of rings that are not even in discussion because how they were gotten. So if you're Derek Fisher and you have 5 rings, but you was the 5th option on all 5, you're not even in this conversation. So when I said, if you're gonna use rings, if this is the conversation you're gonna use, then you need to use what the player was when he got those rings. The first 3 rings, Kobe was option 2. He was not option 1. So he has 3 silver rings.
All right, so there you have it. You saw McGrady. Do you really take that as an apology? I'm not sure. To me, it kind of seems as though it was more an explanation of what he said rather than an apology. Right? I was looking for, hey, I am sorry for saying, that I could have been swapped out for Kobe. I do appreciate him saying that, of course, he wasn't better than Kobe on any day of his career, right? But I was looking for the full apology rather than a justification or explanation of what happened, right? But I do appreciate that he actually turned his camera on and said something, because obviously you have Gilbert Arenas, who did the exact opposite. Instead, he doubled down on what he did. And I'm not going to say he doubled down on what he said, because here, with Gilbert, if you see what he did, he's trying to make it seem as though it's not his opinion. But I'm trying to understand, why are you debating from another person's viewpoint, over the course of, a week or 2 weeks? If you're going to play devil's advocate, usually you'll play that a day or so, but not over the course of 2 weeks. Right? Because he's been arguing from this standpoint, the standpoint of everybody who saw McGrady and who saw Kobe as equal. Okay? So come on, Gil, I want to hear what your opinion is. I don't want to hear what those people's opinion are, right? Because they're not anywhere right now. I don't hear anybody else aside from you giving his opinion. Okay? And secondly, to say that it's other people's opinion, all right, I reviewed that whole debate that you had with Scalp Attack, and your standpoint was that Kobe was a sidekick, right? And that no part did you ever say that you were arguing somebody else's opinion. This was your opinion, and you went and you found research to back it up. So I don't know. I don't believe. Okay, I believe that's your opinion, and you're trying to pull one over on the masses, but it's not working over here. That's about it. So until next time.